playing the breakout, one of the most explosive plays that you could play in the stock market. And in today's video, we're going to be covering exactly how you can spot breakouts before they occur and before they happen with some of the best risk reward trades that you could take in the process. Welcome on into the TC Trading channel. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to dive right on into it. First things first, we're looking at IWM right here, and we're going to be showing you exactly what we're talking about with this specific strategy. So we're watching IWM. It's making some moves up to the downside. It's bouncing around. We're seeing it bounce off of VWAP, but right now we're seeing a lot of choppy action. We don't really have a clear trend. We kind of have some choppiness. We kind of have these wicks coming down below the VWAP. They're pushing back above. Then we're kind of getting stuffed right here as we see fit. So on IWM, this is going to be one of the best examples of this strategy in action. I pause it right there. What are we seeing on this chart? Well, in order to play a breakout, a stock needs to be coming up to resistance, or of course, it could be coming to support. When we talk about breakouts, we could also be talking about downside here. No need to just have a bullish bias, but in this case, that is our bias because we are looking for upside here on this chart. Why is that the case? Well, based on the 5-minute chart right here, we are seeing higher lows and higher highs as of late on this time frame. Okay, and what we have is a downtrend setting up. So in order to play a breakout here, what we want to see is a downtrend break. And these downtrend breaks, whether they're on the 5-minute chart, the 10-minute chart, the 1-hour chart, the 1 day, they could be pretty explosive moves to the upside. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering here in this example. So we are watching a stock. We are not going to randomly be buying stocks saying, hey, I think it's going to break out. We are going to be using tools to our advantage. We're using technical analysis to our advantage. And so what do we see right here, for example, on this IWM chart? What we see is clear demand, okay? We have got a lot of wicks coming down into this same exact zone, which, by the way, if we extend this zone to the left, happens to line up pretty darn close with the high of the day prior and pretty close to this consolidation that we had the day before that. So you kind of see that there are hints that can be associated when you look back to the left of these charts. Now, we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, we have a downtrend right here. When this downtrend breaks, this could be an explosive move to the upside. Now, what we also have to pay attention to is the old fake out. When we're playing breakouts, there's actually a lot of scenarios where we get what we call a fake out, where it looks like we're going to break out, and then boom, we completely reverse and we have a big time breakdown in the opposite direction. And they can both be played. And there is no harm in playing one way, saying, oh, I'm wrong, it's a fake out, and then capitalizing on the downside or capitalizing on the reversal side. That's something that we have to be nimble in our own trading because at the end of the day, we do not know what is going to happen next. We can use technical analysis, we can use patterns to give us that edge, but we don't know what's going to happen next. But what we do know is when we have consolidation and when we have downtrends, when we have uptrends, when we have these really interesting inflection points setting up, and when we have this compression of candlesticks, we tend to see explosive moves up or down, and that is where our opportunity lies. So on IWM, we have a lot of candlesticks coming down into this zone. Now, what we see is that each of these candlesticks is catching some bids. We're catching some buyers, okay? Now, we also have somewhat of an uptrend the past hour or so of this trading session, and so what we're kind of seeing is we're getting to this inflection point right in here, okay? Now, we're expecting a big move up or down. In this case, we're going to have a slight bullish bias, and we're going to take a long position because, again, we've got higher lows the past day and a half, and we have higher highs, and we have a downtrend. These downtrends can break and be explosive to the upside, okay? Again, if we start to break down below this box, below this support zone, there's an opportunity to play the downside here, and we can be nimble and take that reversal trade if the opportunity presents. But what we're going to look for is take longs, take calls, take futures to the long side, take shares to the long side, however you see fit, however you want to play the long side. Make sure you understand what you're playing if you're playing options, because of course there's theta decay, there's other factors that can play into this instead of just price action where you could technically be right and still lose money. Just make sure you're aware of that. But we actually decided to take a long trade on this play, and let's see how this panned out. We let things play out a little bit further. We came down to that box one more time, caught a bid, little false breakout, boom, there it goes. Candlesticks popped to the upside, and we got a nice push up. That right there, if you're playing options, playing shares right there, That's a substantial move. Let's go back in time, or let's go back to that initial entry point. Not expecting us to catch the absolute bottom here. But let's say we got a long position somewhere in that consolidation, okay? Our stop loss goes below this zone, which happens to be down around this 183. Because it lines up with a psychological level of 183, I'm gonna put that just below that psychological 183 whole number. I'm gonna have a target to the upside. I want to see at least a 2-to-1 risk reward. In this case, a 2-to-1 puts us just about around this 183.75. You don't have to play 2-to-1 risk reward. You can play less, but of course, that's always going to be useful in your trading to make sure you're risking less than what you're looking at in terms of a reward on this trade. And if your stop was even tighter, I guess this would have been a 2-to-1. But in this case, let's play it out and see if we do get our profit target met. Boom, there it is. We had that candle hit up there, a couple wicks, we got that target. And actually, in this case, what we can look for, and many times what we'll actually get, is we'll end up getting a push up towards at least testing the high of the day or the top of this downtrend. And sometimes we can actually break it for more. And in this case, looks like IWM is continuing to push, and it's going to break for a high of the day. There it goes. It's pushing for a high of the day, and the trend continues to the upside. So in this case, what we like to do is take off a good chunk of our position up here and then bring our trailing stop loss up. So maybe bring that trailing stop loss, put that stop loss up to break even, or bring it up north of break even, something like that. And then just kind of let it do its thing for the rest of the day on a small percentage of your position, because there could be a lot of money that can be made if you stay in this trade. Now, of course, yes, it hit your target, great, you can move on to the next one, but if you leave a little bit of something there and you put that stop loss back up at break even from your initial entry, you're not risking too much here. You've locked in the majority of your trade, and the potential upside here really outweighs the risk, which at that point is pretty minimal, as you've locked in the gains, you've confirmed a green trade, and now the stop loss comes up to break even. So while not every scenario is going to play out like this, when we're playing uptrend breaks, we're playing downtrend breaks, we need to use the context of the situation and the time frame to give us that bias and to give us the direction of where we want to play. So in this case, that downtrend, a smaller downtrend in a bigger picture uptrend, offered opportunity to go long for a downtrend break, and that was us spotting it beforehand. And you guys can see that technical analysis works, because this candle right here is pretty impressive. That's a big green candle after these candles are pretty small, and we were just consolidating for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. And then we got that breakout, that technical breakout, and boom, we got a big move to the upside. Okay, cool. So this is us doing our own analysis, but what if you didn't see this? What if you didn't notice this? What if there was a way for you to be alerted when there were patterns and trends, reversal opportunities, just like this? That's a perfect segue to the sponsor of today's video, Chart Prime. Chart Prime is an awesome trading suite, algorithm, and community all baked into one. With Chart Prime, you get access to some incredible trading tools like automatic pattern detection, unique indicators, trading signals, and even a Discord community centered around trading education and building profitable traders. And don't just take my word for it. Here is a look into some of the recent member profit posts, and you can see that members are banking off of Chart Prime, whether that's the automatic patterns to build their trading plans, indicators, or even some of their awesome signals, and analysts who post trade ideas. Their indicators integrate right into TradingView, which makes it super easy to analyze your favorite charts, whether it's stocks, crypto, really you name it. Although many of the trading signals and the analysts in the Discord do focus on crypto trades, there's a ton to work with here. And I'd say that my favorite has to be the automatic pattern detection, whether it's indicating different technical patterns on the charts or that's candlestick patterns. It really helps eliminate a lot of the time that it would take to do your own technical analysis. And you can have essentially a bot, a system, an algorithm do it all for you. I will leave a link in the video description box down below if you want to check out Chart Prime, sign up, and get in on this action right now. They've got countless tutorials, webinars, and even live trainings that they run all the time that are meant to help you and cut down on that learning curve, giving you the best chance of success. Seeing all this and the community firsthand gives me a lot of confidence that they have your best interests in mind, and they want you to be able to capitalize in all aspects of trading, long, short, it doesn't matter. Again, I'll leave those links in the video description box down below. And of course, Chart Prime is hooking us up with 20% off. Use the promo code TCARVO, TCARVO at checkout, and get started right now. And real quick, let's see if we can get Chart Prime in action here. Okay, take a peek at some of their indicators. I have them up on my screen. I'm going to slowly unveil them as time goes on. We can kind of see there's a consolidation. We had a pretty short day on Friday right there. That's one of the indicators. Here's our support resistance bundle. We can kind of see, and this actually did pan out to work pretty well. This green zone right here was an area we found to be resistance, held that as support, and then pushed up into the next green zone. That was resistance right there. Acting here as well, broke out above that. So we're seeing these patterns, these indicators working in real time. Now check this out. We have bullish engulfings, bearish engulfings. We have all of these indicators, these candlestick patterns that are setting up. And what you'll see is that, of course, no indicator is 100%. And these are coming out in real time. These are not being added after the fact. These are coming out in real time. And what do we see? Many of these bullish and many of these bearish indicators actually ended up signaling tops, and relative bottoms to take opposite trades and to play off of. Not to mention, this is their market oracle indicator. You can, of course, customize it, but you'll see that we have a lot of opportunities, reversal downs, reversal ups. Nothing is guaranteed, but these tend to work, and these have worked quite well over the course of trading IWM the past week and a half or so. Now, of course, nothing is guaranteed, but if you do want something that's going to help do a lot of the work for you, identify patterns like this, identify reversal opportunities, identify potential breakout zones, then maybe Chart Prime is something that is worth your while and can be a big time tool in your own trading and investing. Again, we'll leave those links and resources down below in the description box of today's video if you guys are interested in checking out and getting that 20% off coupon code. If you guys got something out of today's video, make sure to leave a like, that thumbs up button, and consider subscribing for more videos just like this in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.